Hello everybody. So I have been getting a lot of requests to post some of the workshops that are not going to come back around. So I am just going to start recording those and putting them again on our YouTube channel. So this workshop that we're going to be doing is Deskercise. It is a shorter workshop, and I'm just going to go through these pretty quickly, so it'll probably take like 15 minutes, but there are things that you can do at your desk when you're on a 15-minute break, a 30-minute break, if you have 5 minutes. Things like that. And that's kind of why it goes by so quickly, because I want you to be able to do a lot of these during your workday, if not all of them. So we're gonna go through some stretches and mobility, and then we'll actually go through some exercises as well. So to start off with stretches and mobility, we have your triceps. So tricep stretch, one arm goes behind and you pull down. So you'd hold that for 10-15 seconds, and then you would switch sides. And you'd want to do that 3 times, switching 10 or 15 seconds, and then switching 10 or 15 seconds. Then we have your overhead reach. So you're just going to reach up overhead. It's okay to bring your shoulders all the way up, because then you're going to release and relax. So you're almost building up tension, stretching, and release. You can also from there go into a side bend if you need support. You can bring that hand down. You can do that twist that I show you in class, that up and down twist if you want something that goes a little bit deeper into your low back. And then you do the same on the other side, either hanging out here in side bend or twisting down and turning up toward the ceiling, making sure to not really stop anywhere unless you're stopping at side bend to chill out there. And again, something that you would do 10 or 15 seconds. If you're doing the side bend with a twist, maybe doing 3 or 4 of those before you switch sides, 3 times each. Then we have a laced pull, where you pull in front of you, rounding out that back. And we have the lace and pull down, where you pull back and then you also lift up. So it's down first, add a little bit extra, you would lift up. And again, holding that 10-15 seconds, doing it 3 to 4 times. Then we have your upper sitting cat-cow. So say I wasn't a cat-cow. So this would be the floor in front of me. I'm just rounding, and then I'm squeezing my shoulder blade and pushing my chest forward. Round, kind of an active mobility, but just to loosen up those shoulders from sitting in your desk. Again, lots of things you can do. Maybe doing 5, taking some rest time, doing another 5. We have your trunk rotation. So I'm sitting on my couch because this is my desk chair. So you would be doing a trunk rotation where you just go the opposite way, looking over that shoulder, and then switching that side. Again, something that you would do holding for 10 or 15 seconds, and doing that 3 times, give or take, for each direction. Then we have your knee to chest. So knee to chest, it's exactly what it sounds like. You can always straighten that other leg, knee to chest or knee to chest. Just giving it a nice hamstring stretch in there. And again, holding that 10-15 seconds, doing that 3 times on each leg. Neck circles, love doing these. Neck circles around, making sure that you're going through whatever range of motion you have that day. If like there's a sore spot, you can hang out there, and you just want to be able to do a few each direction. Again, if there's any sore spots, hang out, making sure you're going full range of motion and allowing your neck to relax. Then we have your hamstring stretch. So I'm going to be seated. I'm just showing you this so you can see my legs. I will be straightening a leg and reaching forward. I'll try it on this one. So I'm straightening my leg and I'm reaching toward my toe, depending upon how tall your chair is. You could either like bring it all the way up or bring it all the way down, depending on if you want to add in like a low back stretch, which we'll get to a little bit later. Then we have your trap stretch. So it's going to be all up in here, where we go ear to shoulder. You know how much I love ear to shoulder. And then you would turn that chin down towards your armpit, hold that 10 to 15 seconds, bring it back up to ear to shoulder, and then you would switch sides, ear to shoulder first, and then turn your head down and back. Again, 3 times through on each side, holding for just a few seconds. This one I like to call double chin face. There's a couple different ways you can do that. So it is literally bringing your neck backward and making a double chin. So if I'm here, I'm bringing my neck backward and allowing it to rest from the super forward motion that we do when we type. It's just allowing my neck to release that tension, something you would hold for just a few times. Another way you can do that is lacing, adding in a chest stretch to that, and pushing into the palms of your hands, allowing your chest to stretch, but also allowing you to strengthen up that part of your neck so you're not feeling so forward all the time. Another one that we can also do is forearm stretches. That's gonna be, you know, you're sitting and you're pulling, for those of you that have carpal tunnel, forward and backward. You can flip it around, do the same thing. Make sure you do flip it around because the two bones in your wrist do twist over. So you do want to be able to go both directions, up and down, whether it's this way or this way. And again, just holding those 10-15 seconds, both sides, a couple times, pretty much for all of these stretches here. Then we have your pelvic tucks. So if I am sitting on my desk chair and I'm just kind of really flat here, I'm going to tuck my pelvis under and relax. So I'm trying to think of a better way to do that. So I'm going to tuck my pelvis and then relax it back to the way it was, tucking my pelvis, relaxing, tucking, and relaxing, just so you can get that little bit of low back release. Next one's going to be a forward fold. So you're going to straighten your legs. You're going to fold forward and release that low back again. So I'm straightening my legs and I'm folding forward, allowing that low back tension to release, holding for 10-15 seconds, and doing 3 rounds of those types of things. Another really good one, if your boss is really angering you and you really need to get stuff done, or like you're overwhelmed and feeling stressed and anxious, another really great one to do is that 4-2-6-2 breathing technique, where you're here, you're gonna put your hands on your belly, you're gonna inhale for a 4 count, you're gonna hold that inhale for a 2 count, you're gonna exhale for a 6 count, and then once all that air is out, you're gonna hold for a 2 count. And you do that again, 4 inhale, 2 pause, 6 exhale, 2 pause. And you do that 5 to 10 times to reset your autonomic nervous system, to de-stress, and just to take a second kind of for yourself in the day, and then get right back into work. So going into some exercises you can do while you're at work, if you're like, oh man, I'm on Zoom meetings all day and I can use my entire lower half. You can also be doing this with like your upper half, but you would do a push against a wall. So I would stand up, there would be a wall here. I have my arm in a 90-degree angle and I'm just pushing against that wall, releasing, pushing and releasing, doing that on both sides for just a few seconds, a few times through. Then we have seated marches. So nice and slowly lifting one leg up and coming back down. You can also make it an overhead march. People might look at you weird in your office, but for those of you that are work from home, not gonna look too weird. Making sure you're pulling up using your hip flexors and your low core on that one. Seated leg extension. So I would be straightening my one leg out and then I'm bringing it up as I hit my table. So I'm here, I'm squeezing and lifting and coming back down, working on my quad and my hip flexor. Doing maybe 5 to 10 on each leg, 3 times through. Again, it's just like exercising. You could do a seated fly where you would be folding forward and then squeezing through the shoulder blades as you come back down, holding that. You don't really need weights on this. As long as you're squeezing the shoulder blades, you're still gonna get a good workout, even some good mobility in that back, which is what we want from working at a desk all day. Then we have tricep dips that you can do. So I'm gonna like step off my couch here. We can do tricep dips on our chairs, maybe make sure they're not rolly chairs. You could also do that on your desk. You can also do a plank on your desk or your chair, as long as it's not a rolly chair. Do an elevated plank, do plank jacks, all of those types of things when it comes to exercising at your desk, just to get up in your 5-minute or your 10-minute or your 15-minute break or during your 30-minute lunch, whatever the case may be. But that is our Deskercise workshop, kind of in a nutshell. Again, I did want to go through that really quickly, so if you have any questions, drop a comment below. Other than that, that is Deskercise.